We have just about reached the end of a very memorable 2023 in Catamount Country.
So to close out tonight's show, we are taking a look back at the year that was for UVM athletics. We're kicking things off way back last winter. The UVM women's hockey team had another successful year. The Cats spent basically the entire season in the national rankings, led by Teresa Schaafsal, who had broken the program records for points and goals before the new year. Vermont would finish second in Hockey East for a second consecutive year, but after a thrilling quarterfinal victory, the Cats were once again denied a trip to the conference championship, dropping a 1-0 heartbreaker to Providence in the semis. The UVM men staggered to a last-place finish, but advanced in the playoffs for the first time since 2015 after an upset win at Maine. The Cats would fall to BU in the Hockey East quarterfinals. The ski team earned a fourth consecutive EISA title and a fourth-place finish at NCAA's over in Lake Placid. The Cats placed 5 skiers on the All-American teams, with Matthias Teffrey claiming the national title in men's slalom. It was a banner year for both basketball programs. Led by America East Coach of the Year Elisa Kresge, the Catamount women overcame an 0-2 start to conference play with a 17-game win streak. That included a down-to-the-wire victory over Albany in the America East title game at Patrick Gym. It was the Cats' first conference title and NCAA tournament appearance since 2010. Vermont earned a 15 seed in March Madness and fell against perennial power UConn in the first round. The men's team started the year with 8 new players and a brutal road trip, but by the time 2023 rolled around, they found their footing. Vermont claimed a 7th straight America East regular season crown, with Finn Sullivan earning Conference Player of the Year honors. The Cats overcame an early deficit to down UMass Lowell in the conference final and advanced to the NCAA tournament. Also handed a 15 seed, the Hoop Cats' run came to a close in Columbus against Big East champion Marquette. As the snow melted, we headed back outside for the spring sports. UVM women's lacrosse overcame a tough start to the year to finish 4-2 in league play and earn a bid back to the conference tournament. But Vermont was unable to defend their title as Binghamton ripped off a 5-goal run in the fourth to upend UVM in the semifinals. The UVM men dealt with some of the worst injury luck imaginable, but ripped off a perfect 7-0 mark in league play. Chris Feist was America East Coach of the Year for the first time as Vermont placed 5 players on the all-conference first team. But playing at home in the conference semis, the Catamount offense ran out of steam, falling to Albany and denying Vermont a 3rd straight league crown. Lauren Triarci had herself a year in track and field. The Catamount senior followed up an indoor pentathlon conference title with their 2nd straight outdoor heptathlon crown. And Jane Layton became UVM's first NCAA qualifier in nearly a decade in the steeplechase. The summer months are usually pretty quiet, but a scandal involving one of UVM's most visible programs rocked Catamount Country in July. Men's hockey head coach Todd Woodcroft was fired after an investigation ruled that he had sent inappropriate text messages to a student. Assistant coach Steve Weidler was promoted to interim head coach in the wake of Woodcroft's firing. As fall rolled around, the cross-country team hosted 2 races up at Hardack. They won both, and the women soared to a 2nd-place finish at America East Championships. The UVM field hockey team took on an incredibly ambitious schedule with 6 games against ranked opponents over the course of the regular season. The Cats' offense thrived with Elena Gurka and Sophia LaFranc leading the way, and UVM earned a 2nd straight conference tournament bid. But in the quarterfinals, the Cats gave up a 4th-quarter goal and fell to eventual champion Cal by the final of 1-0. The UVM women's soccer team bounced back in a major way after a down 2022. The Cats posted a winning record for the 2nd time in 3 years, in large part thanks to the heroics of Kate Bosser. Vermont earned a conference tournament bid and downed UNH in the first round, but a late winner from Maine would knock the Cats out in the semifinals. And after 2022 produced maybe the best season in program history, fans were wondering what the men's soccer team would do for an encore. The Cats started strong with just 1 loss over their first 8 games and spent most of the year in the national rankings. But they slid a bit down the stretch. 3 losses in 4 games, including an America East quarterfinal defeat, left the Cats' NCAA tournament hopes in a little bit of doubt. Once again, the selection committee gave UVM not only a bid, but a first-round home game, and the Cats ran with it. UVM cruised by Ryder in round 1, then won a thrilling back-and-forth double overtime game against 12th-seeded UCF in round 2, thanks to a header from Carter Johnson. Cats gave it everything they had in the Sweet 16 at WVU, but an 82nd minute winner and an 89th minute save to rob Johnson of a heroic equalizer ended Vermont's season 1 round shy of the previous year's high watermark. Which brings us back around to the winter teams. Men's hockey is showing signs of progress, while the women find themselves in a cluster of teams capable of winning the league. Men's and women's hoops are favored to cut down the nets again in March. Cheers to a great 2023, and we can't wait to see what's in store in 2024.